Good morning. This is PJ. It is Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. We're here for our three lectionary readings. Psalm 104, 24 through 34, and 35b is going to be our psalm reading. Isaiah 32, 11 through 17 is going to be our Old Testament reading. And Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 through 25 is going to be our New Testament reading. I'm going to be reading from the Message, so actually you're going to hear all of verse 35, not just B, but in church, it'll just be B. That's kind of cute, huh? B, B. All right, way too much. I apologize. Psalm 104. What a wildly wonderful world, God. You made it all, with wisdom at your side, made earth overflow with your wonderful creations. Oh, look! The deep, wide sea, brimming with fish, past counting, sardines and sharks and salmon. Ships plow through water, and Leviathan, your pet dragon, romps in them. All the creatures look expectantly to you, to give them the meals on time. You come, and they gather around. You open your hand, and they eat from it. If you turn your back, they die in a minute. Take back your spirit, and they die. Revert to the original mud. Send out your spirit, and they spring to life. The whole countryside, and bloom and blossom. The glory of God, let it last forever. Let God enjoy his creation. He takes one look at earth and triggers an earthquake, points a finger at the mountains, and volcanoes erupt. Oh, let me sing to God all my life long. Sing hymns to my God as long as I live. Oh, let my song please him. I'm so pleased to be singing to God, but clear the ground of sinners. No more godless men and women. Oh, my soul, bless God. Oh, let me sing to God all my life long. Sing hymns to my God as long as I live. Oh, let my song please him. I'm so pleased to be singing to God. But clear the grounds of sinners. No more godless men and women. Oh, my soul, bless God. Old Testament reading, Isaiah 32, 11 through 20. Take your stand, idle women. Listen to me, indulgent, idle women. Listen closely to what I have to say. In just a little over a year from now, you'll be shaken out of your lazy lives. The grape harvest will fail, and there will be no fruit on the trees. Oh, tremble, you idle women. Get serious, you pampered dolls. Strip down and discard your silk fineries. Put on funeral clothes. Shed honest tears for the lost harvest, the failed vintage. Weep for my people's gardens and farms that grow nothing but thistles and thorn bushes. Cry tears, real tears, for the happy homes no longer happy. The merry city no longer merry. The royal palace is deserted. The bustling city quiet as a morgue. The emptied parks and playgrounds taken over by wild animals, delighted with their new home. Yes, weep and grieve until the Spirit is poured down on us from above, and the Badlands desert grows crops, and fertile fields become forests. Justice will move in to the Badlands desert. Right will build a home in the fertile field. And when there's right, there'll be peace. In the progeny of right, quiet lives and endless trust. My people will live in a peaceful neighborhood, in safe houses and quiet gardens. The forest of your pride will be clear cut, the city showing off your powerful level. But you will enjoy a fortunate life, planting well-watered fields and gardens with your farm animals, grazing freely. My counsel, that ended the Old Testament reading. Our New Testament reading, Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 through 26. It's a bad day, isn't it? My counsel is this: live freely, animated and motivated by God's Spirit. Then you won't feel the compulsions of selfishness. For there is a root of sinful self-interest in us that is at odds with a free spirit, just as the free spirit is incompatible with selfishness. These two ways of life are contrary to each other, so that you cannot live at times one way and at times another way, according to how you feel on any given day. Why don't you choose to be led by the Spirit and so escape the erratic compulsions of a law-dominated existence? It is obvious what kind of life develops out of trying to get your own way all the time. Repetitive, loveless, cheap sex, a stinking accumulation of mental and emotional garbage, frenzied and joyous grabs for happiness, trinket gods, magic show religion, paranoid loneliness, cutthroat competition, all-consuming yet never satisfying wants, a brutal temper, an impotence to love or be loved, divided homes and divided lives, small-minded and lopsided pursuits, the vicious habit of depersonalizing everyone into a rival, uncontrolled and uncontrollable addictions, ugly parodies of community, and I could go on. This isn't the first time that I have warned you. You know, if you use your freedom this way, you will not inherit God's kingdom. But what happens when we live God's way? He brings gifts into our lives, much of the way the fruit appears in the orchard. Things like affection for others, exuberance about life, serenity. We develop a willingness to stick with things, a sense of compassion in the heart, and a conviction that a basic holiness permeates things and people. We find ourselves involved in loyal commitments, not needing to force our way in life, able to marshal and direct our energies wisely. Legalism is helpless in bringing this about and only gets in the way. Among those who belong to Christ, everything connected with getting our own way and mindlessly responding to what everyone else calls necessity is killed off for good, crucified. Since this is the kind of life we have chosen, the life of the Spirit, let us make sure that we do not just hold it as an idea in our head or a sentiment in our heart, but work out its implication in every detail of our lives. That means we will not compare ourselves with each other as if one of us were better and another worse. We have far more interesting things to do with our lives. Each of us is an original. And here ends our readings for the day.